Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to test your witness testimony to see how it stands up.
Do you doubt me? Am I your new suspect?
In a sense, I suppose you could say that.
Even you, a judge, is nothing but a common witness before a Von Karma.
Silence in the courtroom! Silence, I said! Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Manfred von Karma, Miles Edgeworth, and Mrs. Genius, prosecutor successor to Manfred von Karma, Franziska.
You bit your tongue again, didn't you?
As a defender of the law, I could never give false testimony. You can even place me under oath if you want.
Very well then. Your testimony, if you please.
During the recess, I went to the restroom. There is a window on the hallway side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw that detective buying something from the vending machines. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. A detective that goes missing while on duty? That sounds mighty suspicious to me!
Your Honor, can you please try to remain calm?
Oh! I'm so used to simply listening to testimonies that I got caught up in the excitement.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to spoil your fun now.
During the recess, I went to the restroom. There is a window on the hallway side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw that detective buying something from vending machines. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared.
Objection!
What was that finger wag for, Mr. Edgeworth? And don't you know it's rude to shout objection while someone is giving testimony?
Huh. If you truly are a man of the law, then you must always be vigilant. For example, I, myself, never let an opportunity to shout objection pass me by.
Miles Edgeworth, it's one thing to be passionate about your job, but this is real life.
This is what some people may say is the pot calling the kettle black. Your Honor, I wonder if you might take a look at this for me.
What is that filth? How dare someone dirty the hallway bench like that? Who is the culprit? That party is hereby found guilty of uncleanliness.
If you must know, the uncouth bench sullier has already been placed under arrest thanks to your earlier testimony, Your Honor.
Oh, well that's good. But who was he?
We were able to discover something from the smudge on the bench, namely Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints.
Not happy with committing just murder? He had to go and dirty the courthouse too? Guilty!
Your Honor, please calm down. While it's true that the detective is the one who made the mess on the bench, we have yet to establish that this action is related to the double murder.
What do you mean?
I believe that Detective Gumshoe bought a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine, and then promptly sat down on the bench to eat one. The cake crumbs and the pieces of chocolate on the floor under the bench, and Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints prove my conclusion to be true.
Oh, but I still don't understand. Is the whole thing related to how I couldn't see him as I was leaving the restroom?
It is indeed. The window in the hallway was built rather high up into the wall, at around a grown adult's chest height. As evidence, I submit that Franziska herself was unable to see out of that window. I knew I shouldn't have used her height as evidence. Basically, what this means is that the area directly underneath the hallway window is a blind spot when the hallway is being viewed from the men's restroom.
Then?
It seems that you have made the connection. If someone were to sit on the bench under the window, yes, even someone as large as Detective Gumshoe would effectively disappear from sight.
What?
Do you finally see, Your Honor? Your testimony has proven that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway the entire time.
Hold it! Sorry. I didn't mean to say it with that much enthusiasm. All I wanted to do was try saying it once. Here, let me try that again. Hold it!
Is there something of value that you'd like to say?
Yes, actually there is. I remembered something else just now. Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to testify to the court one more time.
Even if we overruled him, he'd just keep talking, wouldn't he?
That might not be a bad thing. The more info, the better in a perfect investigation, right?
I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean that the detective was sitting there when I looked. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about probably the most important detail. As I was leaving the restroom, I heard the loud bang of a gunshot. How was that? That is a testimony of one who judges the crimes of others.
Your Honor, could you try to state the important facts first next time?
I agree. Before you go around judging others, you should learn to judge your own words.
I'm sorry, but honestly, I thought that sound was just a noise popper until just now.
Now that he mentions it, right before we restarted the trial, he did talk about that.
Oh, by the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson.
The most critical point in this argument is when did the judge look into the hallway, and whether that lines up with when the gun was actually fired. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like you to clarify a few details in your testimony.
I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean that the detective was sitting there when I looked.
Hold it! As we established, you went to the restroom during the recess. However, at what point in the recess did you look into that hallway?
After I called for a recess, I handled the change of prosecutor paperwork. Maybe about 20 minutes until we reconvened. Yes, that sounds about right.
Humph. Just as I expected.
What were you expecting? And I demand to know what that all-knowing smile is for.
Your Honor, that statement you made just now is very important. I'd like for you to append it to your testimony.
Alright, if you insist. Let's see. I looked into the hallway about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene.
Objection! Your Honor...
I cannot allow you to make an objection.
What? Your Honor, I'm really sorry, but I cannot allow you to not allow me to make an objection.
Gods! I've been overruled?
Your Honor, there are simply too many holes in your testimony for my taste.
What do you mean by that?
You claim that you heard a gunshot during the recess, but that is simply not possible.
Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Manfred for...
Instead of biting your tongue, why don't you bite your tongue on those preposterous names?
Eck!
I see you have no mercy for the elderly either, Franziska.
Don't talk back to me, unless you want to be whipped in the back.
With your height, you'd need a stepladder or 4 to accomplish that.
Mr. Edgeworth, my ears are not that far gone yet. I'll have you know, I can still hear just fine, and I heard the sound of a gunshot loud and clear with my own 2 ears.
Ha! Your Honor, I have here an interesting bit of testimony from Detective Bad, and according to him, he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again.
What did you just say?
Your Honor, you just said that you heard the gunshot about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. How do you explain this glaring contradiction?
That can't be!
Unfortunately, that is the truth.
But, I heard it clear as day! Bang! The loud sound of a gunshot!
The sound of the gunshot. We keep returning to this point of contention, and that piece of evidence. I always did wonder why I found it where I did. However, now I understand what the gunshot the judge heard really was. Unfortunately, Your Honor, this is what really produced the gunshot you heard. Take that! I found this object in the hallway earlier.
What is that pink substance?
It may not look it, but this is actually a piece of a balloon.
I see. And I suppose you would like me to accept that pink balloon into the court record?
Your Honor, I present this piece of evidence in order to overrule your testimony.
What?
Your Honor, your argument goes as follows. You saw no one in the hallway when you heard the gunshot. Now there is no guarantee that the detective was sitting on the bench at the time. Therefore, you believe he must have been at the crime scene, defendant lobby number 2. Am I correct?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Let me ask you something. Do you think that the gunshot you heard was produced by a real gun? I think I've said enough that even you can figure out the rest on your own. Your Honor, you were fooled by the popping of this balloon into thinking it was a gunshot.
What manner of trickery is this?
That was a good effort you put forth, Miles Edgeworth. But if it was me, I'd have wrapped this thing up before the judge even testified.
Care to elaborate on how one ends something before it even begins?
Well, to be honest, I did think that the sound was a bit off from a real gunshot sound. But who could have guessed that someone would pop a balloon in a place like this?
That's true. One doesn't usually think balloons in conjunction with courthouse.
I want to trade these coins with you.
That's it! That balloon that the girl was holding. It explains everything. Your Honor, if it makes you feel any better, you didn't lie once in your testimony. However, I can't vouch for its accuracy.
Who knew that giving testimony could be such a difficult thing to do? What have I done? I owe Detective Gumshoe a very, very big apology. I will see to it myself that he is released.
Wait. There are still a few things I have yet to resolve about what happened in the hallway. Your Honor, I request your permission to further question Detective Gumshoe.
But why? I thought we just cleared his name.
Whether we did just now or not, I still cannot say. The only thing I can do now is continue in my quest for the perfect explanation. And to that end, I must resolve the remaining issues pertaining to the events that occurred in the hallway.
Very well. Bailiff, please bring Detective Gumshoe into the courtroom.
I must fulfill my mission and find the perfect explanation to this case.
What is it now? Is it time for my trial already? I've already told you a gazillion times, pal. I didn't do it!
I'll be the judge of that, Detective Gumshoe.
No, you won't. I'll be the judge of that.
No, 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 no! I'm the judge around here, and I'll be the judge of that!
Why can't you guys be a little less judgmental?
Yes, well, speaking of hasty judgments, Detective Gumshoe, I'm afraid I must apologize for an error in judgment on my part.
Your Honor, I don't believe you should apologize just yet. We have yet to prove he is completely innocent of this crime.
I guess so.
Huh? What are you guys talking about?
In any case, I would like you to testify as to your actions while you were on guard duty. And please remember, you are not on trial. This is all part of the investigation. As such, you may still be found innocent. However, if you should give false testimony...
Ouch!
My whip will object loud and clear.
If you are found lying, you will be held indefinitely. Understood?
I gotcha, pal.
Thinking back to the state of the crime scene and the judge's testimony, it's obvious that Detective Gumshoe is lying. And if I can't break his lie, then we may never get a break in this case.
I came down here to this courthouse on Detective Bad's orders. As soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard in front of lobby number 2. From that time on until I heard the gunshot, I was in the hallway the whole time. On my honor as a detective, I swear it wasn't me, pal!
He's still singing the same tired tune.
In that case, I'll just have to change the melody. I know he's lying, and it's time I pulled the information I need out of him.
I came down here to this courthouse on Detective Bad's orders. As soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard in front of lobby number 2. From that time on until I heard the gunshot, I was in the hallway the whole time!
Hold it! You claim to have been in that hallway the whole time. However, is it not a fact that you did something while you were in that hallway?
Of course I did something! I guarded the door to lobby number 2, pal! What else?
Very well then. And what exactly does guarding that door entail?
Well, to put it simply... Oh, I know! It was my job to stand in front of the door without moving an inch!
Oh? Detective Gumshoe, you mean to tell me that you didn't take a single step away from the door to lobby number 2? Is that really what you wish to testify to the effect of?
You got it, pal! I didn't take a single step away from that door, just like I was ordered not to! Why is everyone so quiet all of a sudden?
Because we are all in shock and in awe of your utter stupidity.
Scruffy, if you're going to lie, at least tell us a more believable one.
Ouch! But I'm not lying!
I should hurry up and bring this insipid testimony to a close.
And until I heard the gunshot, I didn't take a single step away from the lobby number 2 door.
Objection! I have an objection.
What is it, pal?
Detective Gumshoe, I wonder if you might recognize this from somewhere.
Hey, it's one of those things. The courthouse special Swiss rolls, right, pal?
Precisely. In that case, I suppose that you also recall the sullied hallway bench.
Hey, you know what? I think it was probably me that did that.
Detective Gumshoe! You know you can't go around dirtying up the courthouse like this!
You inconsiderate, slovenly pig!
I promise to clean it up later, I swear!
Now then, shall we get down to business about the fact that you didn't move even a single step from in front of the door? If that really were the case, then how were you able to buy a pack of Swiss rolls?
For Furthermore, if you didn't move a single step from in front of that door, how did you manage to get the bench dirty with your grubby hands?
Ouch!
It appears that Franziska's whip can do more damage than my words alone can.
Alright! I confess, pal. I was hungry, so I brought a pack for myself, okay? I thought I could shoot out again if anyone found out about me eating on the job, so I didn't want to say anything.
Well, unfortunately for you, I saw you do the whole dastardly deed. I clearly saw you buying a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine.
Okay, I'm sorry for lying. But that's all I'm sorry for, you got that? Because I'm not holding anything else back.
That last statement, it may sound like it makes sense. However, there is something I don't quite believe about it. Are you sure you're not withholding further information from us?
Huh? Of course not! I've got nothing else to hide, pal!
Objection! Oh, if only that were true, Detective Gumshoe.
But it is true, pal! I swear, there's nothing else!
Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you are aware of the price of a pack of Swiss rolls, correct?
Huh? Remind me again, pal?
That vending machine out in the hallway is selling packs of 2 Swiss rolls for $6 a pack.
And yet, according to you, you didn't have any cash on you until you cashed your $5 annual bonus check. Isn't that right?
Oh.
Let me ask you then, how did you manage to purchase a pack all by yourself? Can you provide me with a proper explanation to that?
God! I told you I bought it myself, pal! There wasn't anyone else in that hallway with me, so there's no one who could have helped me buy it! Wait, don't tell me. You've got some kind of proof that there was someone else in the hall, don't you?
Correct.
As if you could! I mean, what are the chances of that? Wait, you do?
Of course I do.
What? How?
What proof do I have that there must have been someone else there in the hallway? Take that!
Hey, you showed that to me not 2 seconds ago, pal!
Ah, I think you're under the mistaken impression that I bought this pack of rolls.
Wait, if you didn't buy it, then that means you must have stolen it! You thief!
What? I would never do such a thing!
All you liars are the same. You start out as thieves. You're under arrest, pal!
I believe you meant to assert that all thieves start out as liars. And in that case, what does that say about you, detective? This particular Swiss roll was dropped by a certain someone.
Oh!
There were 2 rolls in this package. You ate one of them, but you then gave the other one to a certain other person, didn't you?
No way, pal! You've got it all wrong! I ate both of them!
It would appear that we've caught you at last.
Hey! Don't you dare do anything bad to that girl!
It would appear they do know each other after all. So why do you continue to come up to me and kick me? Have I wronged you somehow?
I have a name. It is Kay.
Kay what?
Kay Faraday!
Faraday. Are you perhaps Mr. Faraday's daughter?
I'm not a you. I'm Kay.
Kay. You know, good little girls don't kick other people. Especially not hard enough to leave big nasty bruises like the way you do.
Well, then you shouldn't have put Gummy under arrest, mister.
Gummy?
My guess is that she's talking about Detective Gumshoe.
What a cute nickname you've given him.
Gummy didn't do anything wrong.
Kay...
It appears that I will need to speak with her in a bit more detail.
Ah!
Now then, Kay.
She's like a stray cat.
I wonder if I should feed her something. Take that! Kay, I promise to give this to you if you calm down. really belongs to you, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was saving it for Daddy.
Gah.
Oh my!
Your father, he's...
Ah! Don't you say another word, pal! She doesn't know yet!
Thanks for watching out for me, Gummy. But I already know about Daddy. I overheard the guards talking about how Daddy... He's not here anymore.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't protect him.
Okay.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
It's alright. Let it all out. Your father just passed away, after all. I myself was also involved in a case at this courthouse when I was a young child. A case in which my father, who was a defense attorney, passed away. All of my dreams of becoming a lawyer were crushed into a fine ash on that nightmarish day. Even now, the wound festers deep in the depths of my soul. Ever since that incident, I've dedicated myself to locking away every criminal I can. And now, to have this happen right in front of me. This child. I feel a certain shared fate, a common bond between us.
Miles Edgeworth, what sort of gentleman are you? Are you going to just stand there and watch a lady cry?
Ah, you're right. Sorry about that. Okay, here. How about we use this handkerchief and dry your little eyes? Ooh, my cravat! Don't blow your nose on that!